All right, welcome back to KM6 LYW Radio. Hey, we're operating HTs, we're operating the walkie-talkie today. But we're doing it a little bit differently. Today, we are operating in Europe. That's right. Welcome to Prague, Czech Republic. Let's operate. Now, keep in mind, if you're a U.S. operator just coming to Europe for the first time, don't just key up on your HT. There's a few considerations you have to make. The first of which is licensing. So, generally speaking, you need a general or extra license from the FCC to operate in the CEPT region, the CEPT region. That's their telecommunications and postal service. They regulate the frequencies here in Europe. So, if you have a technician license, generally speaking, you cannot operate in Europe. Some countries have different agreements with the FCC. There's two different agreements. Some countries require an extra, some require a general. For example, here in the Czech Republic, you can operate with a general and key up on your HT here on VHF, whereas in France, you need an extra class license from the FCC to operate. So what I want you to do, if you're not sure, and I had to do a little bit of research here, is go out to arrl.net/CEPT. That's, I don't know what that stands for, Charlie Echo Papa T. arrl.net/CEPT. And you'll get those agreements, and you'll see the lists of countries and what FCC license is required just to key up on your HT and use a repeater here. All right, we talked about data modes here in KM6LYW. So we're going to talk about APRS a little bit, which most HTs have, and APRS is vibrant out here. A couple of things to consider. One is the frequency. It's a 144.8 here, 144.8. Also, to be compliant, you really need to say your call sign every 10 minutes or so, and that includes on APRS, and most radios don't have a way to put the Czech prefix, for example. It's Oscar Kilo here. So every now and then I send out a beacon, and in my beacon text it says, I just put the text as OK stroke KM6 LYW, and I think that'll keep you compliant as far as APRS is concerned. So make sure you put your Oscar Kilo stroke call sign in your APRS beacon text if you're in the Czech Republic. You know, if you're going to be in Germany, I think it'd be DL stroke. So go ahead and look up those country prefixes just to make sure you're compliant. Plus, it's totally cool. And while you're at arrl.net/CEPT, be sure to print out the public notice they have there. This is a public notice that you should keep on you. I'm not expecting you to read that, but it says what countries your license is eligible in. Because, you know, I'm sure if someone starts questioning you with your HT, you know, you're going to need some sort of documentation to go with it. Also have a copy of your FCC license. So this has the public notice out on arrl.net/CEPT, has this here, and it has it in every language printed out in Czech, French, German, and it has the list of countries you can operate in based on your license, which you also have, and just printed on the other side to make it nice and small. So this is all about legal operation in Europe, and I think it's pretty legit. This has been a lot of fun so far. So one other important consideration, actually there's a couple out here, is the operating frequencies. They're not as broad as they are in the United States, so usually 144 through 146. We don't transmit anything after that. So they have about half the VHF spectrum here, and I think that varies country by country. The other thing is make sure your deviation is on half deviation. So in the United States we go 12.5 kilohertz either side of the center frequency, and here it's about half of that. And I'm pretty sure that's how it works here. You can know if someone's on half deviation if their volume's kind of low, and so make sure you respect their bandwidth or the width of the signals here on FM and VHF. Oscar Kilo stroke KM6 LYW Praha. So Oscar Kilo is my prefix while I'm here. So I got the courtesy tone back. So I don't expect anyone to speak English. And Praha is Czech for Prague. So I know I don't sound like a local. I know I'm not fooling anyone. And APRS is rocking pretty well too. So this is from the hotel room with the signal stick and a counterpoise. So I'm definitely hitting the repeater here in the Czech Republic. So I'm just watching the APRS stations roll in under the stations list on for APRS, and of course everything starts with OK, as we'd expect for the Czech Republic. But most of their objects have actual human names, and you know we don't usually see these in the United States. So if I look on this one, we got Kozaku. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. It's an object that's 50 miles from here, and it's reporting weather information at 46 degrees Fahrenheit, even though we're in a metric company, a country. So that's how they kind of do it here. So here's Suratuch and Snezka. Again, these are all objects with the weather data associated with them. Looking forward to sending APRS messaging. Oops, let me get this right. The repeat service here. So if you, I don't know if many of you know this, if you send a message to a call sign called repeat and send it the text of N2, that's November 2, that really stands for nearest to. What we're doing is asking the repeat virtual radio for the nearest two repeaters, the nearest two VHF repeaters. There's more options than that, but that's the example. So, and it actually responded here. The first repeater that came up was Oscar Kilo 0 November. He's on 144.600 with a negative shift and a tone of 88.5. He's 1.7 kilometers to my east, and I am in downtown Prague. So I actually keyed that up, 145.6. And yeah, there was a conversation there this morning. I haven't keyed it up. I haven't done push to talk here yet, but I'm interested in doing that here pretty soon. I don't speak Czech, so I'm just listening more than I'm transmitting. Actually, I'm not transmitting at all yet, but I'll let you guys know maybe later in the notes if I end up making a contact here. So this is what the 8 radio is seeing on APRS, and it's working rather well. I'm impressed. A lot of APRS usage here, and the repeaters are active. All right, thanks for hanging out with me here in Prague, in the Czech Republic. This has been a lot of fun. I know it's been a rainy day, production value is very low. I'm going to see if I can string these together and publish this from here without any of my editing software. And you know, the rain's actually been kind of nice here today because it has washed away most of the tourists. I mean, this is the Charles Bridge. This is normally shoulder to shoulder with people here. So I don't know, we're seeing how the rain works. It's horrible for doing videography, but boy, it sure washes the folks away. All right, guys, thanks again for hanging out with me. Again, Prague in the Czech Republic, we're operating. My name is Craig. This is KM6LYW Radio, and I'm clear.